So Mishra is asking every day some questions in Kahoot. If you all like this, doctor, let me tell you, I can be able to create about 50 questions quizzes on 3 to 4 topics, and every 1 or 2 hours we can do a live broadcast, and you can join on the Kahoot to answer. That way in a day you can be able to finish a set of questions. Beforehand I will give you what are the topics you are going to play the quizzes. You know, that way you are motivated to finish all the high yield topics by playing with all your friends and knowing that you are you in the top or not, right? So that is the plan. Rakesh is saying not syncing with the questions and app is faster. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. So let's make the great beginning, doctor. Anti-tubercular therapy is our next favorite area. Yes. Peripheral neuritis is a complication of Isoniazid. So you should be very sure on all these complications. Rifampin lead to anorexia, nausea, abdominal pains. Pyrazinamide lead to joint pains because pyrazinamide can lead to hyperuricemia. Gout can be precipitated, that lead to joint pains. Isoniazid lead to peripheral neuropathy, so burning sensation in the feet. Rifampin, orange and red colored urine. Now what are the major side effects? Skin itching and rash. That the side effects. Very good. Dinesh is asking, sir, I think it will be more fun having a full subject quiz randomly. Yeah, that's also, we can do anything. You guys say that you will all come online. You need to log into the youtube.com/onlinembbs and you have a quiz ready. You need to have a mobile phone, just to download the app of the app of the Kahoot app download करो. ऐप के ऊपर आप आंसर करो और लैपटॉप में YouTube broadcast में questions देखना and see how you are scoring. That gives you a great kick. We will create one quiz on all investigations of choice, one quiz on all treatment of choice, and we will create on earliest clinical syndrome based quizzes, nagging question based quizzes, most commonly wrongly answered questions based quizzes. We can do anything. It's all up to you guys. Say that, yeah, we love to come and then join and then see how best we are doing, right? Yes. Now, doctor, deafness, streptomycin. Giddiness, streptomycin, because vestibulotoxic. Similarly, jaundice. Jaundice can be caused off by 3 antitubercular drugs, doctor. Isoniazid, rifampin, pyrazinamide. Ethambutol is free from that. Vomiting and confusion can be the features, typically in case of isoniazid, rifampin and pyrazinamide. Then very good. Dashrath Singh is saying, sir, maza aa gaya, maza aana hai. Agar hum prepare हुए तो, after all, it is called fun, not learning. Learning should be a fun. Learning should be competitive. Learning should be igniting our minds. Then only we will become, we will remember the facts for a long period of time. We will also have image-based questions in that. We can also get video-based questions in that, like the AIMS new pattern of questions. All those things we will introduce. Right? Now, ethambutol lead to visual impairment and rifampin can lead to shock. Rifampin can lead to purpura. Please don't forget, rifampin can lead to generalized purpura. So this very important side effect, major side effect, rifampin associated shock, rifampin associated purpura, you should not forget. Now doctor, the drug which gives orange color hota hai rifampin. So now let us talk about the various antimycobacterial agents. Typically for prophylaxis, somebody had an exposure history, somebody had risk factors. Anand is saying, both effective method hai. Very good. So, prophylaxis ke liye you give Isoniazid. How will the examiner ask an MCQ in tomorrow's exam? Examiner will say, the father had an open cavity with TB and suddenly his newborn child got exposed. What do you want to do to that child? So a cavitary lesion is an active case. So there you need to give prophylactically Isoniazid. For Mycobacterium avium intracellulare, azithromycin rifabutin are given prophylactically. There is no drug available for Mycobacterium leprae. Now for the treatment of TB, Mycobacterium tuberculosis, what are the drugs that you want to remember? Rifampin, Isoniazid, pyrazinamide and ethambutol. And for the treatment of Mycobacterium avium intracellulare, we use azithromycin or clarithromycin plus ethambutol. Clarithromycin plus ethambutol. And you can add rifabutin or ciprofloxacin, you can be able to add. So that is a very important part of the treatment, is what you need to remember. Very good. Soumya Ranjan is saying, we loved this very competitive adrenaline surging way of Kahoot based Kahoot.it, right? Kahoot based learning of the quiz. Very good. Thank you all. I was a little worried. Will you appreciate this or our old system of PowerPoint rolling and your punching? But there you are not getting that scoring. Scoring is everything, doctor. That keeps us on the tip of the toes, right? So that is the reason we introduced this. We will try to improve in terms of the size of the slides and letters, right? Now, Mycobacterium leprae. The long-term treatment is with dapsone, rifampin for tuberculoid form. Lepromatous में you will use 3 drugs, CDR. C होता है clofazimine, dapsone and rifampin. Now quickly tell me, doctor, what is the mechanism of action of all these anti-tubercular drugs? Isoniazid is an inhibitor of the mycolic acid synthesis. Ethambutol is an inhibitor of arabinogalactan synthesis by inhibiting arabinosyl transferase. Tomorrow's exam, this can be a single liner. You have to be very sure about. Then, mRNA synthesis is inhibited by inhibiting the DNA dependent RNA polymerase. That is the mechanism of rifabutin and rifampin. Please don't forget. Once more, examiner is going to ask the same question. Then intracellularly unknown mechanism, that is pyrazinamide. That's what you need to remember. Now, if you look at rifamycins, you have 2 drugs which are called rifamycins. Rifampin, rifabutin. How do they basically function, doctor? Very good. Cascade Solo is saying you are making education a edutainment. Absolutely. All thanks to you guys, because you're all participating with that bubbling enthusiasm. I'm so happy. DNA dependent RNA polymerase inhibition is the function of rifamycins. Typically, if you use rifamycins along with dapsone in leprosy, it will delay the drug resistance of the dapsone. Similarly, rifamycins are also used for meningococcal meningitis prophylaxis also. Favorite MCQ, single liner MCQ. Please don't forget. Now, chemoprophylaxis in context of children with H influenza type B, that is once more the place where rifamycins have a role. Rifamycins have a minor hepatotoxicity. They increase the cytochrome P450R. Rifampin is a very powerful inducer of P450. It leads to orange body fluids, but rifabutin is preferred than rifampicin in HIV individuals. Why? Because rifampicin more powerfully induces P450 and has a drug interaction with antiretroviral drugs, whereas rifabutin has lesser amount of drug interaction. That is the reason, right? Now, how does rifampicin resistance happen? Basically, the mutations that reduce the drug binding to the RNA polymerase. That is the reason don't use rifampicin alone, because it rapidly leads to the development of resistance. So tell me, doctor, quickly, 4 R's that you want to remember when it comes to rifampicin. RNA polymerase inhibitor, it ramps up the microsomal cytochrome P450. That means it will induce. R for red and orange body fluids. R for rapid resistance, if you use it alone, is what you have to remember. Rifampin ramps up, but rifabutin does not ramp it. That is what you have to basically remember. Now, doctor, isoniazid, how does it act? Isoniazid decreases the synthesis of the mycolic acids. There is a bacterial catalase peroxidase, which is encoded by the KatG, which is required to convert INH into an active metabolite. So bacteria के अंदर एक catalase peroxidase रहता है and उसको कोड करने वाला जीन होता है KatG, right? Now, what is the importance of isoniazid? Isoniazid is the only agent which is used for prophylaxis against TB, not rifampicin, not pyrazinamide, but only isoniazid. Also, if there is a latent TB, you can give monotherapy of isoniazid, but you can't give monotherapy of rifampicin, is what you need to remember. Now, doctor, different INH half-life will be there depending upon the guy's acetylator status. So there is some amount of pharmacogenetics involved in INH. Slow acetylators, fast acetylators. Now, what is the importance of toxicity of INH? INH injures neurons, N for neurons. INH also injures hepatocytes, H for hepatocytes. That's what you should remember. So, INH leads to hepatotoxicity. It is an inhibitor of P450. It can lead to drug-induced SLE, then high anion gap metabolic acidosis can occur with INH. Please, you have to remember. It can lead to vitamin B6 deficiency, so it can lead to peripheral neuropathy, sideroblastic anemia. It can lead to seizures in high doses, and those seizures are refractory to the benzodiazepine therapy. Then you have to give pyridoxine, vitamin B6, to avoid the INH toxicity, is what you need to remember. So how does drug resistance occur to the INH? Obviously, INH is dependent on what, doctor? INH require the bacterial catalase peroxidase. So suppose if there is any underexpression of this KatG, then INH resistance will develop, is what you need to understand. Now, how about pyrazinamide? Mechanism is uncertain. Pyrazinamide is a pro-drug, favorite MCQ of examiner. Single liner once more. Which anti-retroviral, anti-TB drug is pro-drug? You should answer pyrazinamide. It is converted into pyrazonic acid. It works best in acidic pH. That's the reason वो cell के अंदर जाएगा. Phagolysosomes in the host. Typically it will be acting very well. Then pyrazinamide can lead to hyperuricemia, hepatotoxicity, or the adverse drug reactions is what you need to remember. Then ethambutol. How does ethambutol act? It blocks arabinosyl transferase. Please don't forget. So it decreases the carbohydrate polymerization. And it leads to optic neuropathy, red-green color blindness. But that is reversible. That is the reason we don't use ethambutol in small children, because they don't know how to report the optic neuritis caused by the ethambutol. So, and also you should be quite watchful of the red-green color blindness caused by ethambutol. Now, streptomycin. Streptomycin interferes with the 30S component of ribosome. So you should remember, doctor, aminoglycosides and tetracyclines, they love to stick with 30S. Then it is a second line drug, streptomycin. It leads to tinnitus, vertigo, ataxia, nephrotoxicity is what you should remember. Now the combination chemotherapy, why do we use? We use it to prevent the development of the drug resistance.